Okay, I started the recording. Um, so I see we're 32 people already. That's great. So let's get started. GM everybody, thanks all for joining this Learn from a Legend in partnership with Otherpage. To give you a quick overview, Otherpage is a really cool platform. They're focused on interoperability across different games, and more specifically, they were pioneers in the metaverse. And one thing that we're going to dive into today is they have a really cool badging product, which enables content creators and hosts, game night hosts, to be able to create some cool incentives on top of their events to reward people who participate, who join, and unlock some cool perks. So yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna let Nana and Squirtle introduce themselves. They're both on the Otherpage team, and yeah, looking forward to this session. We're gonna dive into the technicals of the product, and also, go over like what you can concretely do with it, how it's cool for creators, how they can use it, and yeah. So, Sean, nice to see you again, and welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Great to be here. What's up, nifty builders and explorers? Man, yeah, what an honor, and really stoked that Other Page and Nifty Island are partnering up on a couple of cool things ahead. So excited to be here, talk to you, especially the creators, the world builders, to showcase how you can turn your followers, your communities into super fans. And yeah, my name is Nana, and I'm the head of experience over at Otherpage. Truly believe in really the ethos and the concept of open metaverse, and that's one of the reasons why I'm so happy to have joined this team at Otherpage to build out this product. As a creator myself, uh I've been dog fooding it, just using it to as a platform to really grow a verified community, find really cool ways to tokenize engagement, and also getting really creative with offering different utility just to keep people coming back and reward loyal community members. So super stoked to be here, share a little bit about Other Page. We're going to go through some of the, workshop essentially where can take you through an overview of Other Page, but also how to set up an account, how to create a community, how to issue a badge for your community, and yeah, and some other cool features. I'm gonna throw it over to one of our devs, Squirtle.
Hey, what's up? Yep, I'm a dev over at Otherpage. Just trying to make all this as easy and smooth as possible for people to use. And yeah, I've seen a bunch of people on the timeline reacting to the announcement. It's awesome to see all the positive support. But most importantly, uh, you all like using the product and community owners, community members, like we need that feedback because we have our own ideas that we think are gonna, be awesome. But this is so valuable on our end. So thanks a ton. And yeah, hopefully you're able to create a community and create a badge in under like 3 minutes with zero issues. So cheers.
Nice.
That's the goal, right?
Yep.
Cool.
Easy and quick.
Cool. Thank you so much for introducing yourselves. We're also going to do some giveaways throughout. So just so you know, everybody that's participating in those Learn from a Legends, we typically give out some legendary pistols and some blooms. So stay tuned for that. That will come later. So yeah,
Ooh.
Anna, why don't you start by you know sharing like maybe the first few parts of this. So how can somebody create an account? How can they get started? Like what's the current flow for creators specifically?
Yeah, totally. All right, so is my screen still being shared? I don't think it is.
I don't think so.
All right, cool. How about now?
Yep.
All right, great. Also, I do want to preface, in the chat, we'll be monitoring the chat. So if questions come up, I know since you all are in the audience, you can't unmute. So just throw them out into the chat, interrupt at any point in time. We got our team members in here. We'll see if we can answer questions, as we continue to just do an overview of like an intro to Other Page, doing like an account setup and a community, create a community, and then how easy it is to create a badge and post updates to your communities. And I think one thing that will be important is how do you implement these badges, whether it's on social, but especially in Nifty Island. And we'll certainly be able to, reserve some time to answer any questions, hang out for a little bit. And also after this workshop, in a couple of hours from now, we're hosting a space called Other Space FM. And I believe Charles will be joining us. So we'd love for the Nifty fam to pull up, tune in, as well as feel free to request on stage. So to get started, this is other.page, and this is our landing page. And I would say for two different audiences, this could be really beneficial. I think the first is creators. You all know how difficult it can be to grow a community, but also to really sift through the bots and the fake engagement and the people who are just there to farm, etc. Which, no hate on that, but to really understand like who are your 100, 1,000 loyal fans. These are some of the things that we can have some tooling to really help you identify that and reward them. So, the gist of it, create a community page, you can drop a badge. People can claim those badges. It's minted on ApeChain, and they'll be able to flex it on their profiles. And the idea is their profiles stay with them throughout any experience, regardless of what platform, what app. One of the beautiful things about badges being on chain is that it's available data. So people can take snapshots, you'd be able to unlock certain things, and just really exciting to find really easy ways to tokenize any experience or idea that you have, and allow your community members to be able to claim that badge and have that mintable item that's in their wallet that you'd be able to see. And the other cohort for the audience would be people who are participating in the ecosystem. Maybe you're not growing a community yourself, but you want to be able to own your legacy and have your avatar have all the achievements kind of stick with you no matter what the experience is. And that's really the vision and what we're trying to build out. And you can take a look at some featured profiles here. We did start off really as it was called Apes Page at first, for context, and it was just this idea of having a profile for your avatar, and that really extended into the ethos of the open metaverse and interoperability. So you're going to notice, this is going to be a fun way for people to like get started, and you'll notice there are certain NFT collections that are supported to create profiles for that IP, and we're already taking the requests as we continue to build this out to understand what are the different communities, what are the different IP that would be interesting to have on this platform to create profiles for. So like Squirtle said, we're really open to all of your feedback, and we want to build with you. With that being said, once you go to other.page, whether it's from your mobile device or from your web browser on your desktop.
Sorry to interrupt you, but your screen share went away, I believe.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Pulling some tricks. You want to hide the platform, that's it. Too much alpha on there.
All right, can you guys see this?
We do tend to release stuff without announcing it.
How long has it been doing that. I noticed it like, yeah,
It
just it's
recent, don't
quitting.
worry.
Okay, well, anyway, I'm gonna log in, other.page. Feel free to follow along. When you log in, it's important that if you've never created an account, click the create account button, or when you're in this window, make sure you're on the create account tab. We encourage, Wallet Connect versus continuing with the email, because if you could create an account with an email, which is great, especially for those that don't have a wallet, it will spin up a wallet for you, which you can export the keys for. But if you already have a wallet, you can just connect with wallet and that becomes your primary wallet address, which is
Just like
helpful.
a quick note on that too is after you make your account with a wallet, you can also connect an email to your account. So you can use email in the future to log in. But this is really just kind of like that first step of log in with the most like easy, more crypto native way would be our suggestion.
Yeah, that's a good point because on mobile, sometimes, like even on my iPad, I don't have a wallet installed. So, because I've connected my email to my other page account after I created the account, I use continue with email when I log in from there on out. So, that's a great point. All right, let me log in. Go ahead and open this up. Give me 1 second. Okay. One thing it does is verifying your ownership of your assets. Um, when I log in, because I already have some created profiles, that's what I'm seeing here. And like I'm a big fan of just the idea of digital identity and having IP attached to it. And what's really nice about the metaverse is I can show up how I want, but there's still this underlying identity that this is all me too. So I might have different characters and things like that that I want to build persona and backstory around. I know many of you may have fun with that, and you can totally do that. When you're first logging in and creating an account, for those that have yet to set up a profile page, you'll be presented with this screen where it'll say select an avatar source. And if you don't have any NFTs in your wallet or any of the supported avatar collections that we currently support, you can start off by selecting new defaults avatar. It shows here that I already minted it, but we offer a free 3D metaverse ready avatar, and with some really cool things that we're working on within our avatar system, that you can mint, and it mints on ApeChain for free. And you'll also notice that when you're using other page, thanks to ApeChain and the low gas fees, we sponsor all the gas. So you're not going to see your wallet pop up after you log in. Once you do, it's essentially, claiming badges that get minted on chain, claiming your free avatar. Those things will just happen, and it'll say minted, and you'll hear a really cool sound. So, as you can see here, if I do have some supported collections, and you know, one of the so it's a lot of Ethereum and ApeChain collections right now, and that, Nifty Island supporting ApeChain really opened up the doors to kind of see how this ecosystem can play with each other. So we're really at this stage of starting to come together, connect new communities, and we want to also be able to expand the collections and chains that we are offering as well. So when you click on your collection, you can see here, it just reads my wallet. If you have delegated wallets, if you want to link additional wallets, all of that is possible. If you're delegating, use delegate.xyz. So that way, like for my apes and G's and things like that that are on my cold storage, I never have to sign or connect directly to this app. And I think that's really the safest way you can kind of enjoy the use of your NFTs. I see it went out again. Dang. Enjoy the use of your NFTs with, by maintaining security. So in this case, maybe I'll create a profile for this G that I have.
It does not want to stick for you. It went away again.
Okay, let's see here. What if I just share my entire screen? Give me 1 second. Let me do that. Sorry about that. Let's see if I can share the screen.
At least the live demo bug is with Discord and not with an app, because every time you live demo an app, something goes wrong. So
Yeah.
it is
Discord.
the software developer curse.
Discord is acting up.
Yeah, hopefully it's not a
So-
setting on my computer.
So you mentioned before you started with other ape, like these individual ape pages. What prompted you to switch over, like from doing just something for individual ape holders to doing something kind of more general as a system? What was the inspiration?
Yeah, I
Well-
mean, like, oh, after you, Sean.
No, go for it, dude.
Yeah, I mean, like, we really wanted, like, the idea of having a profile for your avatar, your NFT, doesn't just stop within like a single ecosystem. So we really wanted to just kind of expand it out, right? Like, if you're an ape, you also want to see things that you've done, you know, across like other communities and projects and chains and stuff like that. The whole point of like these avatars and everything that we have in this like digital ownership is that you can then use them elsewhere. So yeah, I feel like just from like a baseline, you know, thesis of how we want things to work, we just want to be able to showcase everything that people do across a whole bunch of different ecosystems.
Cool.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, well said. I mean, at first it was like, really inspiring with apes and the ecosystem and, with Otherside and all that. But then it was really like, the concept of open metaverse is really at the heart of what's making this really exciting. And I think there's some ways you'll see in the app that we can start off curated, but as our community grows and we understand who the users are, we can continue to add the additional IP and everything to provide some really cool features. And we're working on things like agentic features, being able to take the personas and backstories that you create and make those readable by different platforms and experiences. So there's a lot of use cases when you have like a profile that is pretty agnostic to the different platforms, where you could actually keep all your achievements and the avatar data where it can be useful in other places, such as in like a Twitter space or in a Discord VC, and still be able to issue badges, etc. So yeah, anyhow, I created, here's a G. I'll create a name for him. We'll call him Cheeto, and then hit create page. And it'll start off with you customizing your profile page. It might look a little blank at first, so you may want to adjust this a little bit. You'll also notice a 2D and 3D toggle for some of the avatars, so you can quickly switch and just be able to enjoy your avatar in its 3D glory.
Nice.
So really nice, cool little feature here. And then, showcasing and flexing some of the items you've created or collected. That's also something that, I think is great for discoverability. So as I am, let's say, let's say I have like a few items here. I'd be able to flex that, just drop it into these different areas. And this is just a fun way I could showcase, what I enjoy. So let me go back here. throw a couple of others. And now I got myself, let's do something else. Oh, Token Gator. I like those. All right. So you'd be able to feature some of your favorite inventory here and get some quick info on it when you click on it. And when other people view your profile, they can do the same thing, which is pretty cool. Same thing with like a featured item as well. So just being able to take one of your items, have it featured over here. And then when it says primary community, we're already seeing many of the communities right here in the chat with like their different badges. One thing is we're part of multiple communities too. And I think that's one thing to acknowledge is how we move in the Web3 space is that we could very well be part of multiple communities, but we may want to flex a primary one. And so before I can set one, I need to join.
Yeah, we lost your share again.
Oh man, sorry.
It lasted longer that time though. That's good.
Getting better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
If anyone has suggestions afterwards that's experienced this, let me know. Otherwise, thank you for bearing with me. So primary community, before setting up a primary community, because if you're a brand new account, you're setting up your profile for the first time, then you're going to need to join communities. And this is where you can go up to the very top where it says communities. And when you click that, it'll actually list out all the communities that are created by creators and different project owners. So you'll start to see here some of the different communities. There's some multiple ways you can sort it by, by newest communities that were created. See a few of them that were in here. Here's Fusion Gaming, for instance. And when you click on one of the community drawers, I don't know if it's my computer or what. It feels like it's a little slow. Okay. When
Squirtle
you
is having a panic attack right now.
that wasn't a dig at you, bro.
We're good. We're good.
More speed, bro. More speed. All right. So yeah, you'd be able to explore these communities, and what's great about it, I see Gloom over here, Feather Frogs, a few of the Nifty Island creator communities right here. So like Feather Frogs, I haven't joined this community yet. There's a couple of buttons, and this is like if you know, you know. But if you click on any of these drawers where it has this little button, it can expand it to the full community page. And I think that's important because we'll focus on the actual community pages. And look, Feather Frogs already has a badge available, and it looks like the requirements is connecting your socials and holding both a Feather Frogs alpha and Feather Frogs official drops NFT. So that's really cool. But in order for anyone to even claim a badge or for me to flex it on my profile, I have to join this community. So you'll see a join button both in the drawer as well as on the actual community page, and you can hit join. And once you join, back on your profile, and that's what I could do right here at the top right-hand corner. When I click on my little profile, I can go to my avatars, quickly go to the different profiles that I have. And if I wanted to, let's see, let me go back to my G's to see I can create a few. So let's go back to Cheeto. And I can set a primary community here. So I'll be able to open up, see all the different communities that I have joined, and I can go through and set what my primary community is so that when people visit my profile, I'm able to kind of understand, what are they a part of? What are some of the different badges and things that they've been really proud of? Where you can see all your badges, or just flex like your top 5 if you wanted to, just by dragging them up here in this top corner, where I can flex like my favorite badges. So let me quickly do that. Just put a few badges up here. And this is great because when people visit my profile, these can indicate the things I'm really proud of accomplishing. And as people discover it, they may be able to click on it and get an idea of which community launched this badge. How did you get the badge? And it might incite certain things that you might be able to take part of. So I'm going to pause here. I just want to check with the chat. Throw like some thumbs up or some palm trees in there if you're feeling good so far. And if you have any questions, feel free to throw them in the chat. But I'm going to take a breath, take a sip of coffee, and just throw it back to Oscom and Squirtle if you wanted to add anything before we go into creating your own community.
Sure. Oh my God, JB is just chilling as a cat beside two. It's a cat. It's a cat takeover in the chat right now. I see an otter as well. Trax is aura farming as usual. He's just doing his thing. Um, by the way, that Gizon Ape avatar, like that ghost type avatar, is so sick. I think it was made by Goldfish.
Oh, yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, that one's cool. Yeah, and this is my primary avatar. I'm just gonna flex it a little bit. We got some cool things. Oh, let me share it. Hold on.
Yep.
Sure,
got some cool things.
maybe share your full screen or something. I don't know what you're sharing.
Yeah, I did before, and then now I'm sharing window again, but we'll see. I'll keep rotating.
Nice.
But yeah, this everyone could actually set their primary avatar, so that way, as you're joining communities, and people could see what communities you've joined. I have a primary community, one that I created myself called Other Space, and we use that as an example. But it's great to be able, for me, to go through like the different members, be able to see these things. But as you grow the community, it could actually become pretty overwhelming to like find out who did what, who was part of what, and that's where badges come into play. So we encourage any creator to actually create a community. This is something we recently launched. When you go to the communities tab, you'll see this create community button up in the top right hand corner. And you'll also see it in this profile button up here in the menu bar. And it'll show up right here if you haven't created one already. If you've created multiple communities, which I created one, but I'm also an admin of another community. And so all of those can be shown here as well. But let me show you what it's like to create a community. So here we go. Create your community. Let's fucking go. And then it's going to ask for a community logo and a community name to start off with. So if I let me download these things. I'm just going to use this badge I created as this is technically a badge, but just imagine it's a community name, and I'll call it Nifty Test OP Community. And what will happen is you create your community page, and this top bar up here will just help onboard you to fill out the community page so that it will actually become discoverable. So I can actually click up here, or right up here on the right hand side of the banner. You can always go back and edit this stuff. But quickly clicking on banner right here, I'd be able to take some of the artwork, and I'll just use that same image. you'd be able to crop for the adjustments. It's the same dimensions as like a Twitter banner. If you wanted to optimize it for mobile, you can actually upload a separate one that has like a 4:3 aspect ratio and do that. But if you do it with the desktop banner, it will scale down for mobile as well. But sometimes the image, there's parts of the image that you may want to fit, so optimizing for mobile could be fun. You can put a tagline, you know, it's the future of gaming, and then a description for this community, and then throw in, one social thing at the very least. So whether it's your website or your Nifty Island URL, as well as your Discord if you have a Discord for the community, and then hit save. Great. So while this is up, it's going to say, hey, your community is now live. And then we want to give you a couple things you can do. So creating your first badge or posting your first update. And I think that's one of the things is like, for everyone who joins the community, how important would it be to actually like reach out to them? Because one way to do it would be posting it on your Twitter or a Discord announcement, expect people to see that. And one way we have it is people can put a post up, update it on their community page, but it also has the option to notify your members by pushing an email to them as well. So I think it's a really cool, underrated feature. And we're excited for communities to kind of get their hands on some of the new community tools that we're building to keep in touch with their community members. Anyway, here's my community page. The next step would be to create a badge. But before I do that, I'm actually going to go to this top left-hand corner because I created this community. I want to switch over to the other community that I manage, and I can go right here on this top left-hand corner. So this is really helpful as you might have maybe a guild or something you want to, create a community for. But maybe as an individual creator, you might have some things that you've been wanting to do yourself. So you can create multiple communities and issue badges and eventually mintables throughout the, with all the communities that you own or are an admin of. So this is other space community. I'm going to actually go to this right-hand side.
You lost
over
your share,
here.
by the way.
But also, one of the cool things you can do with the badge eligibility stuff is you could select a badge, like badge inception. You can make a badge a requirement to mint a badge within your community, but you can also select a badge from a different community. So you can do little vampire competitions, dunking on other communities for beating them in a game or something like that too.
Yeah, well,
That's pretty cool.
I'll show you the badge flow where we can go through some of the different steps. But if I want people to just join my community, which I think is going to be one of the first things people will do once they create it, you'll notice the share button next to the socials. You can click on that and you can copy the community page URL. It's good to have on deck, good to have it available. I posted, I can't post in the chat. So,
I can do it
but
for you. What do you want to send it in my group chat if you want?
It's cool. It's cool.
Okay.
It's basically, I just wanted to showcase that you can share the community page URL because that's what you'll like want. I create a community and now I want people to join it. And that's where it's going to start to accumulate members. We also have like a OP rank, which is just a way we can start to sort communities on this communities tab by the members who've joined in the last 30 days, as well as how many badge claims you had in the last 30 days. And that could be all determined right in here, where you can kind of see the different communities that are really active on the Other Page platform. So let me create a badge, show you that workflow. So I'll go up to the top right hand corner, hit create. I'll say badge, post, and raffle. So I'll go over to badge, and you'll be presented with a bunch of templates. And we're still working on some good recipes for templates that you all would recommend. So that's just like a quick, easy way for you to maybe take out a few steps along this badge creation process. But just to kind of like briefly overview, you have like maybe an open claim that's free for all, anyone to claim. A participation badge for like a Twitter space or maybe a game night. Maybe you have an allow list of badge claimers, like for people who minted a certain thing and you have a list of addresses. Badge gated claim, token gated claim, and then even the use of our API to make users eligible for badges. So those are some of the options. But for this demo, I'm actually going to skip this and start from scratch so I can show you some of the different eligibility options, and then also show you the option to use if you want to implement it in your island. So to start, you fill out the badge details, click for a badge image. Let me download this. I have to get my thing going. All right, cool. If it's an image that, maybe a square, all the badges are in a circle format. So this will allow you to adjust and crop it into a circle. So you can apply crop. I can do Nifty Island Workshop, create a workshop badge, describing this badge. Thank you for our onboarded OP. And then describe where and how users can claim this badge. I can say attend Nifty workshop on 7/24, etc. In the Nifty Discord, and then choose a chain. Currently, we support ApeChain and also Sonium, which is Sony's layer 2, but excuse me. But I would recommend ApeChain because this is really at the heart of it right now. And you could hit next. And this is where you can go and change the badge eligibility. So this is how you're configuring essentially who is eligible to claim this badge. I'm going to end with claim code because I see my screen disappeared. I'm going to end with claim code because this is what we would use and what we would recommend for implementing it into your island. But you can do an open claim, which I mentioned, like anyone can claim this badge without restrictions. And this is perfect for community-wide achievements, event participation, and general engagement badges. But
it's still out, just so you know.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let me switch back to sharing the entire screen. My apologies for this, everyone.
All good.
All right. Here's my screen. So open claim. But because anyone can claim, it might be important to set like a claim period so that you can kind of encourage users anyone to be able to do it before this time ends. And also, we've added this second step where you can add verification requirements. And this really helps you understand who are the holders of this badge. So that way, if I wanted to require a Discord account connected, that could be really valuable so that if you run a raffle or a giveaway, you have a way to reach out with, besides just knowing their address and their username on other page, right? So verification steps, I think, can be really key and essential to like digging in and rewarding your community and being able to reach out to them too. So that would be an open claim. A wallet allow list would be if I wanted to individually add people as I go. We've seen many cool use cases that people have done, like a minter's badge. Maybe you have a particular project and you wanted to snapshot, hey, here's all the addresses of people who minted. Well, I can upload that CSV right here. And anytime, as soon as they create another page profile, as long as that address is either their primary wallet, but it can also be a linked wallet, whether it's through signing a gasless transaction or through delegation, um, they'll be eligible to claim that badge. If you have a CSV, there's a CSV example here with the correct formatting, but I can also be able to, type in someone's name and add someone as eligible right here as well. And if I have their wallet, I can click add wallet and just paste their wallet address. And this would allow any of these members to be able to claim this badge. Whether you upload it all at once ahead of time, or you publish the badge and you continue to add to this wallet as well, to this wallet list as well. Squirtle mentioned badge gating, which could be really dope for some cross community stuff. So when you do something like that, it actually searches all the different badges across. So I would be able to say, like, hey, if you have an OSFM Nifty Creator badge, but you also have, and I can go through some other badges. Let's say this Feather Frogs badge. I can add a couple of badges, but it'll say, do you need to have all of them or any of them? And so that could be a really cool feature where you can kind of activate the communities through badge gating. There's NFT gating as well. And this is really popular for badge creations. When you click and you search these collections, these are the collections we're currently indexing. However, you can actually just type in your collection name, and if it's not found, just add a custom collection right here. And so you choose the chain that it's on. It'll show you some of the chains that we can support for creating badges. And then once you choose that chain, you can type in the contract address for that collection, and it would spin it up as one of the collections that you can create essentially token gate the badge. So let's just say it's this Ape Droids, and I also wanted to do it for, if you're holding a Bored Ape. So now it's like, hey, these are people who have all of these or any of these. So that's also cool for like collections that might have multiple IPs that or supplies. Like, an example is like Bored Apes and Mutant Apes, and still being able to offer a badge for those communities. And then even token gating, which I think could be really fun. And I noticed like many creators will have like their own tokens. They do giveaways, and that's a really great way to be able to do it. So whether it's like ApeCoin on ApeChain, but once again, if you just type in a search that maybe that's not showing up in the list, you can add your custom token here. And let's say there's a ApeChain token, put in the contract address, boom, add it, and then I can determine, is there a minimum amount that you have to hold that's required, which could be pretty cool. And what we've seen so far is like, there's a community that's climbing up the ranks that we've noticed, called Honore On-Chain Essential Service, and it, also known as Hose. And they're already doing like snapshots for the badges as they get whitelist opportunities and things like that. So really cool to see. I'm gonna do claim code. Okay. Thanks.
Yeah, and also
I'm gonna do
talking about just gonna chime in here while you get your stream back up. Also thinking about interoperability and how we can use the badges. I think we're talking about other page, but what's cool is since those are ApeChain minted assets, and since we have integrated them in Nifty, you can use them in many different ways. So actually, like this works for instance, the questing system. This works for gating mints. Like this works for many different applications you want to do. So for instance, if you have a community and you are minting badges and you want to give them access to, for instance, a specific avatar because they participated in the space, or you want to basically even integrate a badge and have it basically natively unlock a skin or unlock a drone skin or unlock like an asset pack, you could do all of that. So that makes it really cool. And it's the same thing for quests. So you'll be able to gate quests behind badges. You'll be able to put badges as a quest reward as well. So a lot of ways you can be creative with this, which I think is also really cool.
Yeah, that's no, thank you for adding that and making it very relevant for this group. So like claim codes, I think is what a lot of people may elect to do. So I'm going to do that. You can generate a claim code here for your badge. You can continue to regenerate if you want to. There's also a QR code that you can download to make it easy for people to claim on their mobile phones. And then there's also the ability to do custom codes too. So I could say nifty cust. Oh, it looks like there's 10 characters, but I'll do nifty custo and then hit save code. And what that would do is replace the claim code up here. You can put a link or a URL of where this could be discovered. So if there's a particular quest, a particular island, boom, throw it in there as well. And then hit next. And then once again, that verification requirements, I think is a really great step so that you understand who those badge holders are, and there's ways to connect with them even further through socials. So being able to do that. And then choosing a claim period. Is this going to drop in an hour and I want to notify people, or should I drop it right now? And then when does it end? So we have some presets across the top where it's like, oh, I only want it available for 30 minutes or an hour for this particular game night. But I can also just go in here and be able to set a specific date and time. There's also things like max supply. So maybe you create a badge where it's like, yo, first 50 to be able to get to this spot and claim this badge. You can do that and be able to set up the supply, the potential supply for this badge. And so when you hit next, here it is. Here's a little summary of when it starts, the duration, the potential supply, the claim code, and then I just hit publish. Once it's published, as soon as people claim, it mints it on ApeChain. So you'll get presented with a badge URL, and you can share that on Twitter, Discord, wherever you want. And in this particular case, I can go and see all of my badges, as well as like the different holders for each one. But also at the top, you'll see some of the newest badges that you've created. I'm actually going to, maybe I need to revisit that code. I can go to these three dots. Oops, sorry. Go to these three dots, hit edit code, and I'll be able to pull that up as well. In this particular case, you'll also see export holders. So if there is like in this, it says 76 holders right over here for those that may not be able to see it. But like I can go to this and export the holders for this particular badge. So I know these are the people that attended this specific event and an experience. So I'm going to archive this badge because I actually made one yesterday for OSFM Nifty creators. And I would love for you all, I'll be able to share the badge, but I think this URL is going to be important. Let me see if I can type it in. It's other page /
Just message
code.
message it in our group chats, and I'm gonna get the
Okay.
mods to send it.
All right, perfect. Let me do that. If you don't mind sharing this URL.
Yep.
And then I'm going to copy the code for
Your share's
all of
done, by the way.
Okay, cool. Let me
Also, the badge you created is live in 50 some minutes. It's not currently live.
Oh, I already archived that badge.
Oh, okay, cool.
So let me get back to
Chilling my community. Square
Yep,
it all.
that's right.
Ay. By the way, I'm so stoked to see there's many people who already created badges, who just created community just by following along this quick tutorial that Nana made. So that's awesome to see. I saw the famous Otters and Dank has been getting to work. Same for the B Meta Yachts Guild. So awesome stuff. Super excited. I want to see even more of them.
One of the coolest things is seeing a community and badge get set up even before the demo is even done. So let's go.
Yeah, it's so dope to start seeing that and just people using these tools. And we actually learn so much from the creators who create their badges and see how they decide to use it. And those are some of the features we try and help build around based on like the cool ideas on how people want to activate their community. So want to open up this badge available for this OSFM Nifty Creator badge available for anyone who attends this workshop. So I posted the code in here in the chat, and then Fat One posted the actual URL in the chat, which is other.page/code. And this is important because in Nifty Island, and I'll be able to throw up a screenshot, you could create a text box without having to mint the item and place it over any of your objects in your world. And as long as you have that code available, you can direct people to other.page/code. And whether they're on the website or on their phone or desktop, they just type in that code and they'll be able to claim. So when you claim, as long as the code's validated, and then in this case, having a Twitter account connected, you hit claim badge, you hear a really cool sound, and that's it. You might get a notification up on the top under activity that says this badge was successfully minted, which could actually take you to the transaction on ApeScan. So something that we could do, I already see a bunch of people claimed here, which is dope. So let me actually expand this view. I see Triple, Kale, Aussie, SSDW. Like, thank you, Ghosty. Thanks for claiming the badge already. So it looks like you're active on it. And, what would be super dope is like, let's say I start to understand who my holders are. I can actually go to create, maybe post, and say like new badge, game night, tonight, blah, blah, blah. Post a link to it, hit publish, and then this is where I can push a notification to the members. If your email is connected, they can actually get an email from me with that. Otherwise, if I just hit close, it'll show up here on the top right-hand corner where I can see all the previous updates, including the ability to push it or delete it.
For
Finally,
the emailing system, how does it work? Are you guys using like an emailing provider, or there's like private lists? How do you guys manage that?
Squirrel, do you happen to know more of the technicals?
Oh, sorry, I was making a badge. Can you repeat that question again?
I was asking for the emailing flow of like
Yeah.
notifying users. What are you using for that? Is it like, do you have your own like emailing provider, or
Yeah,
how you guys?
exactly.
Okay, and so
Yeah, so
each user would have their own list based on their badge holders.
yeah, so it basically like as long as the user has connected an email to their account, and you send out that notification, we'll recognize that email on their account, we'll add it to the email blast, and it goes out. So it's purely dependent on if you, as a user, have added an email to your account that you will get email notifications. So
Cool.
Cool. So, so yeah, there's no like separate platform you're going to be logging into to manage it. It's all logged here, and we're just getting started with it. So,
mm,
feature requests, things like that, to just make it even more customizable, I think would be really helpful to hear. So, lastly, I wanted to show you how to create a raffle based on holdings. And you know what? I'll give away like,
it's gone.
okay. And this is where, for anyone that has claimed the badge so far, this will be advantageous to those that already claimed. But let me just throw out a raffle
Screen share
for.
is done, by the way.
Oh, sorry.
Yep.
A raffle for OSFM Nifty Creator 1. And I can exclude counts that could be likely bots or spam, but since there's about 19 people who claim so far, I'll hit run raffle. And it's looking at the badge holders. And congratulations, SS
Hey.
Design Works. I could reach out to them. I can export this list of people. So again, let's say 100 people claim your badge in an activation, and 50 people through a partnership, you want to be able to export 50 people from this list randomly to submit for like a guaranteed whitelist or something like that. That's where you're going to be able to export this data so that you could send it over, give some utility for them. But I'm going to take a screenshot right here. SSDW, congratulations. I'll send over 30 ApeCoin. So I'll follow up with you on that, just for being part of this, claiming this badge.
Let's
So
go.
yeah,
GG.
this is like a general overview, and I just hope people are able to like go into their island, create a text box, and then once you create a badge, like throw up the code in the text box and just guide people to other.page/code. And I'm gonna look to find a screenshot of what that actually looks like right here. So, something along these lines, I think would be a really good first iteration of like how people can experiment with placing badges throughout their island. Instead of claiming at www other page, do other.page/code. So that way they just put in that code or that custom phrase, and then it'll automatically direct them to the correct badge page, and make them eligible to claim. Cool. I know we're pretty much 5 minutes past the hour, so I apologize,
All
but
good.
wanted to kind of wrap it up here and see if anyone does have the opportunity to hang out, ask questions. I'll be able to stay for the next 10 minutes if Oscom can.
Sure, of course. Is there any questions? Feel free to raise your hand and we can put you on stage and take your question. I think we're gonna do one more raffle. And I think let's use the badging system since we have that. So anybody who didn't claim the badge yet, now is the time. And we're gonna do a raffle in like let's say 5 minutes for all the badge
Cool.
holders. So yeah, if you could just share the code again and the link, and then all of you make sure you mint your badge, and we're gonna raffle one legendary pistol for you guys. So
Ooh, let's go. All
yes,
right,
sir.
cool. So the code, so this is like good practice, as you can see my screen. Like if I wanted to be like, oh, what's that code again? Just go over to the top right-hand corner of the badge card, hit edit code, and then I can copy that code. Poke or Pokey, better
Hurry up!
minted.
Hurry up!
Let's go.
Quick, quick!
The code in the chat, other.page/code. I can't put in the link, but
That one, if you could
if
put
you
the link again and put the code below it, would be great. You can spam it.
Yep. Basically, you're going to want to go, I'll throw it on my screen, other.page/code. And then this is where you're going to type in the badge code.
Perfect.
Sir, I dropped it in the VC chat. You need to make an account first for people that haven't already. So
Right.
once you finish making the account, you'll see the claim code there.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
So it's important that you create an account. We'll do this in like 4 minutes. But when you do the badge claim code, so let's say you find this code on an island, or it's distributed in the chat with the VC, or however you want to be able to do it. I think what's great about implementing it into a 3D world is that people can find it at a particular spot. You can hide it. You can make it an Easter egg. You can put multiple badges across your island. And so you can get really creative with it. Once you hit submit, looks like badge is already earned. But if I didn't, it would automatically take you directly to that badge page and enter the code for you.
Your screen share is gone again, by the way. But also, there's more features coming out for communities too. We didn't really even touch on like mintables and items, which isn't live yet for communities, but it's coming, and it's gonna be a nice way for communities to monetize and for community members to collect things from their community and all that fun stuff. So items are also really cool because when you mint it, you can then equip it in your inventory on your avatars and stuff like that. And we have some really fun ideas for those items, not just static images or banners. Things can go beyond that too. So
Nice. Nice. I see 5 more badges got minted. That's awesome. We're gonna leave you guys a few more minutes, just the time you create the account, link, mint it, and then we're gonna do the raffle. I would like to use this opportunity to also say that, other page, you guys are great. I think the badging platform is awesome, and I'm really looking forward to see what all your creators, all the island builders, all the hosts will do with it. And in that light, I'm going to do a soft announcement. There's going to be a new announcement today about this initiative as a standalone, but we're going to do a 4-week long campaign with Otherpage, where it's going to be the first time we're doing like an active reward for hosts. So for all of you who are doing game nights, for all of you who are participating in game nights, for all of you who are basically just engaging, creating content on Nifty, whether it's like through live events or whether it's through quests, you will be able to participate in that campaign. And the way it will work is we will have a 5,000 USD worth of rewards prize pool over 4 weeks, and we're going to reward the communities that are most active using basically this intersection between Other Page and Nifty. So what's going to count is the amount of events you guys are running, how many badges mints you push, how many initiatives you're running. Like all these things will be taken into account, and we'll share a more detailed overview in a Notion doc, as we usually do for those UGC contests today. So yeah, super excited to see what you all come up with. I think it's going to be an awesome campaign. It's going to be very fun to do, and yeah, just overall super
Yeah.
excited.